Well, which is it? Is it once saved, always saved? Or is it, oops, I didn't put out the trash, my salvation may be in jeopardy? I hear both. I think both are mistaken. So let's take a look and see how we understand the idea of perseverance in the Christian walk. First of all, there are a number of scriptures that are used by those of a Calvinist persuasion to be able to make the case that one has eternal security, and no matter what you do, you can't be lost. John 10:27 and following speaks about not being snatched out of Christ's hand. John 6:37 talks about all that the Father gave him will be raised up. Romans 8 talks about no condemnation. Ephesians 1 talks about being sealed by the Spirit. So these verses speak about assurance that is placed in Christ. And it can be misunderstood, I think, to have people get real casual about their walk. The second view, which is basically a conditional security, looks at Hebrews 6, talks about following away after having received the truth, speaks about in Hebrews 10, deliberate sins that lead to judgment. Galatians 5:4 talks about being severed from Christ. 2 Peter 2:20 and following talks about returning to former corruption. All of those are serious warnings, and what they do is they enforce the need for us to become sanctified, to be able to watch our walk with Jesus. And they're serious warnings. So what is the balance between these two positions? There is a middle position endorsed by people like John Stott and J.I. Packer, which says that yes, all of those people that love Jesus and desire to walk with him, he will in no wise cast out. He has you securely. Nobody is going to tear you away from him. However, the warning verses also suggest that it is possible for people to make a decision to walk away from Jesus. And when they do that, their salvation is indeed lost. So this would explain a number of high-profile leaders that we have seen in the not-so-distant past who appear by every evidence to have been Christians, and then they have just come to a point where they've said, well, I don't believe this anymore, and they turn and they walk away. I don't think that we can argue that they never were Christian. I think that this is an evidence that the scriptures are true. You have scriptures that tell us that if we embrace Jesus, we will never be lost. And scriptures that tell us that if we turn away from Jesus and walk in the other direction, we indeed can be lost. And I think that's a great balance for all of those scriptures. The word endures, the gospel stands, Christ reigns.